but I will just have to make do. I'm gonna make my hardcore world. Ooh, I'm so scared. Am I gonna survive? Oh, I'm so fucking scared. But yeah, I'm doing this because, and I'm talking slowly now. I'm talking slowly and epically, but because it's really annoying. I think it may be down to a number of reasons. Whoa, look at this epic spawn. When I'm talking, I find that I often talk too quickly and I slur my words, and it's quite infuriating. I work in a client-facing, or sort of like, not client. Sounds so corpo. I work in a field where I'm talking to a lot of customers, right? Whoa, what happened here? What the fuck? Um, I work in a job where I talk to clients, right? And I have to give off this professional demeanor and this cadence of someone sort of of my role, right? So if I'm talking like this, oh, look at that tree, that's epic. Oh, and look at this and look at that, right? And I start slurring my words, I'm definitely gonna do it. I start talking and my words sort of start falling into each other, and then the sort of string of words in my head just keeps going as it is doing now. And the problem is that it doesn't really have any meaning or rhyme or reason or really anything of value. And so the problem is, a client might hear that and go, well, this guy's insane. Or at least this guy shouldn't probably be doing any kind of work for me. So that's why I'm doing this, to slow down my speaking, to improve myself, to make myself greater, to make myself... see, look, I'm just saying words. I should probably mention this is like a mod. I've got like a shit ton of mods. I'm gonna show them now because otherwise I'll forget. It's all like things that I think are epic and cool. Fucking hell. So this is like the legendary monsters. Sucks, yeah, I slurred there. What I'd like to be able to do is go, this is the legendary monsters. However, I don't seem to be able to do that, at least at the moment. Which is just like, there's bosses in the map and they got cool weapons. It's kind of neat, kind of epic. But this is the main thing I like. I love the SRP Parasites mod, but that's kind of bullshit. Like, it's just unplayable after a certain point, whereas this one feels kind of balanced with like all the ice stuff. And I like the way the spore looks. I like the way it spreads across the world. So the idea is this world, I'm going to be playing a hardcore world with the epic spore mod and the waystones, because I think waystones are cool. But there's a ton of other mods. I'm not going to remember all of them. Yeah, please don't hold it against me. Whoa, that was epic. But I imagine the progress will be different in this than most conventional. Okay, now I'll just burp. I'm getting gassy. Fucking hell. What am I even saying? I'm sure there's something of value I was trying to say, which is exactly my problem, right? I'm constantly doing this, and normally it's okay, but when I'm talking to my business colleagues and I'm saying, hey, you should do this, this, and this, and then I do what I do, where I do that fucking stupid voice and go, hey, we should do this. And obviously to me it's funny, it's hilarious. Look at that, 39 pieces of bread. To some people it's not always the kind of cadence, the demeanor that the average business wants. They want a hard-working, well-spoken individual. And also it's just a personal thing. I want to get better at talking. I think public speaking is a very good skill to have. I think being able to talk with a clear tone and inflection is really good. It makes you sound smart, which is always useful for me. I'm basically like a bit of a moron, but I kind of get away with it because I can string words together in such a way where it sounds right, and so I can kind of get away with, not bullshitting per se, but just my grasp of most things is tenuous at best, is what I would say. But yes, epic Minecraft. I figured I'd do Minecraft because I watched the movie on the weekend, and I thought it was pretty good. Good in the sense that I gave it like a 3 out of 10 of IMDb. I gave it a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. There you go. But yeah, I thought it was good in the sense that it was a fun experience. But I wouldn't say it was it's not exactly Parasite, or if you want to be a little bit more of an auteur, It's not exactly. Ooh, it follows. Epic horror movie. But yeah, what I'm doing currently is I am looking for a snowy biome because the spore the spore monsters, as I'd like to start saying, the spore monsters, monsters, parasites, whatever they are, the creatures, the demons, the ghouls, they are weak to snow, or at least it doesn't affect them as much. I'll be honest, I'm not super privy to developments in Minecraft. I'm old enough that when I first was playing Minecraft, I got it given to me by a friend on USB stick, on like the alpha or beta or before EXP and villages and stuff like that, right? Because I'm basically an epic old gamer. But no, back when things were simpler, and you know, I have these odd, the 2-week phase I think is a real and quite interesting phenomena, and I'm currently in it. And I always feel bad when it goes away, and hopefully things like this will keep me enthused, keep me wanting to do it, or at the very least keep me interested in doing something. And at the very worst, I'm forcing myself to talk for an hour, which isn't difficult for me talking for an hour. What is difficult is talking for an hour normally, or talking for an hour in such a way. I mean, this stuff is really nice. This, like, coral? I mean, I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a while. It's really pretty, I've got to say. I like it. I'm a fan. However, I can't settle here because the temperature of this biome is slightly too hot. And I fear that the spore creatures can probably swim. I think one of them can, the big fish fella. Oh, look at that, diamonds. Yeah, I mean, look, progress in this is going to be skewed if you're watching this. You know, first off, hope you're having a great time. But more importantly, fucking hell, more importantly, like, you know, the progress is going to be slightly skewed. I'm not exactly saying, oh, I'm going to start from wooden tools and make my way up to diamonds and maybe get netherite. No, it's going to be amplified to some extent because I'm using mods. Because, you know, to be honest, I played Minecraft so much, I don't really care about the early game. I don't really give a shit about finding, oh, I found some epic resources and I'm slowly building myself up. I find that fun in other games. You know, I like the early game of Civ. I could talk about Civ for about 15 hours. I like the early game of Civ a lot. I like that arguably more than the late game, but I think that's because it's a bit more dynamic. Whereas I feel like with Minecraft, the progression can be kind of linear at times. And to be honest, everything I just said is complete bullshit. I have no idea what I'm saying. It all just kind of sounds right, though. It's kind of like what I do at work. But yeah. So, oh, look, an epic pirate ship. I'm going to try not to say epic. I feel like I'm stimming that word now. I feel like it's going to become the word I just keep saying. Sand. Oh, 2 pirate ships. I was going to say epic, but I didn't. I stopped myself. I'm very proud of myself for that. It is an improvement. I think that's the zombie that can swim. The drowned. Yeah, see. I know my stuff. Maybe I'll find another diamond over here. Not that it will matter. Until I find a snowy biome, I'm kind of out of luck. Oh, this does like a friendly boat, so we'll see if the pirates will let a little landlubber come on and say hello. One thing I will say is, one of the goals, I'm going to set myself some goals for this, you know, because objective is always good. Salmon. It's very strange. Shut up. Okay, now. What was I saying? Why do I don't like how they always moan and groan. It's very unusual. To a guy like me, that's cold. And yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, one of the things I did get is like one of my favorite mods. That is fucking whatever. Get out of the way, bro. Okay. Okay. Oh. I'll take some coal. I like how it looks. I can't lie. What was I saying? Yeah, one of the mods I've got is it's called dynamic lighting, or like hardcore darkness. It's really good. It because I always felt like the Minecraft caves you know, the subtle horror of the Minecraft caves. Oh god, it's a horror game. But no, I am, unironically, I have actually been scared in this game when entering the caves with this mod because it is pitch black. I'll maybe try and show that. I don't know. I mean, obviously it will eventually be shown, right? I'm not infallible. I'm gonna get caught out. Gonna get caught with my pants down, and that'll be my fate, I guess. I don't know. That's life. But yeah, so this has been my sort of my strategy to always carry a torch here, just because visibility is important. I'm gonna take this boat because, all right. So I've got a feeling that at some point I might need it again. Now this might be incredibly droll. I might just be running around for the entire hour. I've sort of set myself the goal of 1 hour each day. Or maybe not each day, that's a bit aspirational for someone who can't really organize himself. But, you know, 1 hour in a sufficient time period. Okay, you can get sticks from these. A little bit of a gamer tip. But yeah, 1 hour and just see where the progress is. I am not an edit person. I'm not really someone who can tutor things in such a way where I could be like, oh, I'm going to cut and edit this epic. See, look, I said it again, epic. I'm going to sleep. Because I am not interested in doing any nonsense. That is to say, I want to get out. Look at that. Scion from League of Legends. I don't know if I even mentioned that, but that's my skin. Because I think that guy's pretty cool. Ah, see that sound? That's one of them spore creatures. God, they sound horrible. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of them. But I do enjoy killing them. I enjoy the threat they sort of provide. So yeah, I will thoroughly enjoy dealing with those little rascals when I'm in a position to do so. That's one of the legendary monsters, whatever it was called, structures. I'm not sure what's in it. I've not really played with it much, if I'm honest. But you know, at some point I'll probably enter something like that if I survive that long. But my main goal for now is just to find a snow biome. That seems to be the most important thing for me right now. From there I can do all the other shit, but you know, for now, that's all I'm aiming to do. Oh, I said shit. Oh, I really hate how it seems now, because we have to we, the community, the people. We the people, how, because you know, there's this sense of self. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare for me to say. This sense of self censorship, wherein people are like not saying words, right? You know, oh, you can't say that. You got to say unalive. I'm not even talking about like, oh, you know, it's gone woke. It's political correctness. I don't, you know, I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about like, you know, words have meanings. I know, very, very profound for Minecraft. But yeah, you know, it's weird that certain words, you know, not even certain words. It makes it sound like I'm trying to say racist shit. I don't like the fact that you can't say suicide. You have to say unalive. That's really strange to me. I don't get that. It's so weird. Or like that people won't say the word, or is it hell and other things? It's just bizarre. Like, it just feels. It's the fact that, you know, you hear it. I think I said it in the Minecraft movie. You know, I think they say unalive, which is like, dude, what? I don't know if that was a joke or not. They did have a guy. Spoilers. I'm really sorry in advance. You know, please, if you're this far through and you're a really big fan of the Minecraft movie, you haven't seen it yet, I'd just turn it off. You know, I'll survive. I'd rather not spoil a cinematic experience for anyone if I can help it. But no, for some reason I got the idea of that being used against me in court. That statement about not spoiling a film. I'm not sure why. That's a very strange thought to have. But no, what was I saying? The Minecraft movie. Yes. There's a fellow in it, a gentleman, a character called Chungus, which is epic, first off, because Big Chungus, which is a funny and epic meme. But also, he says, I have to unalive you. And I was like, that's so weird to hear. It's so weird to hear that in, like, real life and online. Because that's like such an online word, such a terminally online. Oh, he was unalived. He unalived himself. Yes. It's like, dude, what? Nah, bro killed himself, man. What are you talking about? That's definitely a spore structure, and I'm definitely not gonna interface with that. That's an industry term, interface. I'm not gonna interface with that. That means I'm not gonna go near it. I'm not gonna talk to it. I'm not gonna connect with it. Look at that little guy. Oh, that was a bit mean. It was unnecessary, but it will happen again. Because that's the fate of cows in this game, I'm afraid. But yes, what am I talking about? Yeah, looking for a snow biome. I'm sure I was talking about something. I'm looking for a snow biome, and there I will begin my my greater schemes, my plans. So this could be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of me just running in a direction, praying for something snowy to appear. Which, you know, if that happens, that happens. We can't plan things. You know, prepare to fail, prepare to fail. that was an attempt at me saying fail to prepare, prepare to fail, which is a motto from the UK Scouts. What does that even do? Binding. Okay, well, I'm gonna wear it anyway. Don't know what that does. Hopefully it doesn't do anything too bad. But I have the flint and steel and the nether. They're two very funny things. If you combine them, you can enter the nether. And there you could get things such as netherite and find the ghast, which is a big white monster. Or like a tentacle. I don't know, it's got lore now. There's the happy ghast, which is epic and kawaii. See, look, I'm saying epic again. Fucking hell. I really, yeah. See, this is necessary. This is important for me to master myself. To master oneself is, I'm sure that's some sort of saying. Look at that. I like the spyglass. That's something I tried out. That's quite cool for like snooping out things, like, because that's obviously something nasty. Something untoward. See how we got darker? Oh, yeah, of course it got darker. I turned the light off. Fucking hell. Ooh, something bad's happening over there. There's a waystone. That's really cool. And I'm being genuine. I'm not being facetious. I'm not taking the mic. I actually do want that. And this, oh yeah, this is another mod I got. Guard villages. They're pretty cool. Oh, and they have names. Barry, Galen. Pretty cool names. Karadarada, whatever. I need to take this. I'm pretty sure you can mine it with just wooden tools, but I don't want to risk it because they're kind of rare. So I'm going to quickly gather wood and mine the waystone. The waystones are really good because once you get like a base, you can establish a waystone there, and then from there you can use it as a sort of launching spot. If you take multiple waystones, you can kind of consistently teleport home, which, you know, or maybe considered kind of gaming the system, you know. But I don't really like having to go, oh, F3, you know. It's just a bit annoying. I don't really like doing that. I prefer not to do that if I can, so I will make my best attempt not to. But yeah, now I've got my first waystone, which is pretty good. That one down. I don't really need that, do I? This inventory is going to have to get cleaned up soon. We'll see how far we can go before I have to, shall we say, purge it. But look, I've got a lot of bread. I'm going to be eating good. Villagers love to crush bread. I believe that was the line Mr. Black said. I actually thought Jack Black in that movie was pretty good. You know, it is, it's no, there's a phrase, I can't remember the phrase off my head, but, you know, he kind of carried it. Actually, I was surprised by Jason Momoa. I don't really like him. I think he's kind of a bit, I don't know, poncy? Oh, gold, epic. Looks, he said it again. But I think he's kind of poncy, which, you know, he's like, oh, he seems a bit up himself. But I think that's probably the case with most people in Hollywood. They all seem to be a bit, you know, self-absorbed. Because unlike me, I'm obviously very humble, very stoic, very calm, very zen, very nice guy. You can trust me, I'm a nice guy. But yeah, he just seemed like one of the types, you know, one of the Hollywood kind of dicks. dicks. I don't know if that's the right term, right word for it. He just seemed a bit up himself. But in the movie, he played like a loser. Spoilers. I'm really sorry. Which was fun. I actually kind of liked him. I didn't think I would. I kind of came in expecting to dislike him, and I'm stubborn enough that normally that means I'm gonna dislike him. But he actually won me over. The whole time I was thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna play this lame guy, but actually he's really cool. But no, he's actually a lame guy. He's really lame the whole time. But then he doesn't really become cool as much as he becomes accepting of the fact he is a loser, which is kind of neat. It's a slightly different story. I mean, at the end he does an epic. Said it fucking again. He does like an epic, epic song and dance with Jack Black, and they become like music friends. But it seems more like he's embraced the fact he's a bit of a dork, and so he's hanging out with Jack Black and making music, which, you know, is a cool message. I hated the kid though. I absolutely hated him. They should have like attacked him or shot him or done something. He was, of course, in Minecraft, and not in the facetious way like, oh, you should bomb this country in Minecraft. More like in the way where it's like they should have done with him what they did with everyone else in the film, where the two women, I can't remember their names in the film. I think one of them was called Fleur. They basically were sidetracked. Like they enter the world, like they have a couple of quips. They tame the dog and then they disappear, and then they're found like 2 hours later in a mushroom house. And it's like, oh yeah, are you trying to say that they're good because they got the mushroom house, but then they don't have any experience or adventure? And they seem more interesting characters than the kid. He just, I don't know, he annoyed me. I think it's because he got in the way of Jack Black and Jason Momoa's bromance. I felt like there was a lot of potential there, for some just character stuff or just more fun stuff with them two. But he was like this Debbie Downer, like, oh, you wanted to get diamonds? Well, dude, it's Minecraft. Of course you want to get fucking diamonds. Like, what are you on? Oh, look, see, I've got diamonds. That's how much I like Minecraft. But the kid's like, oh, Jason Momoa, you're gonna get evicted and you want diamonds. You're so mean. Okay. What are you gonna do about it? Have you ever paid a bill in your life? No. What do? You make, spoilers, you make rockets and blow up buildings. The kid's basically a terrorist. Honestly, I'm surprised that they had a child in it that sort of endorsed, or at least sort of co-signed some pretty bad stuff. I mean, that kid, he created a jetpack. And oh my god, I love the bullies. When I'm with my friends, I do a character, because I'm really epic. Fucking said it again. There you go. I love to do the stereotypical high school bully character. They're just so funny to me. There's this like 30-year-old fat guy with like gelled up hair who's like, hey nerd. We're gonna give you a swirly, nerd. And it's like, that's so outdated. It's kind of hilarious though. I mean, most bullies now are like insidious fucks that use use social media to harass you until you unalive. Unalive, of course, being an epic word, and I will use the word epic to describe it because it is epic. But like, yeah, the fucking epic high school bullies. They clipped his jetpack cable. And for some reason that meant that the jetpack still worked, right? It still flew up and it was fine. But then it flew at high speed into the building his sister was working at as a marketing executive. Which, that's a pretty interesting job to have. It would have been a more interesting arc, I think, to follow her and her adventure. Maybe as a boring marketing person who learns to embrace their creative side. Am I writing a movie? But yeah, no, we got some lame kid who's like, no one likes me, everyone thinks I'm the freak, and of course, fucking, oh my days, the first scene with them, when mom died, her last words were that she wanted us to move to Florida or Oklahoma, wherever the hell they lived, and it was like, oh wow, it's just an anime, straight away, like, first scene, mom and dad are dead, okay, cool. Obviously not cool. That's not a cool thing to happen. I don't endorse any kind of, is it fratricide? I want to say parenticide, but that sounds too stupid to be true. I think it's fratricide. I'm definitely slurring my words. I've become conscious of it now. I apologize if it's annoying. The cadence and flow of my words. That looks like a tower. Wow. Well, egg on my face. But yeah, Is this a village I was just at? Huh? That's gonna be quite unfortunate. It is, isn't it? I've been running in circles. Blinded by the sun. That's a reference to a band called Starsailor. It's a pretty good band. It's pretty... word begins with an E. That's the word I'd use to describe that band. But yes. Maybe this is... No, it's the same village. Look, there's the nastiness. Let's go this direction then. Try and subvert expectations. But yeah, the kid was just fucking annoying, man. And the bullies were sick. And also I thought it was really cool that the bullies kind of... They read my mind. Because the second that kid was in the film, I was thinking, alright, get rid of him. Get rid. Capiche? You know, take him to Tony's double time and make him squeal. Give him some cement shoes. Get rid of the kid. Increase the presence of everyone else. Because everyone else, at least, you know... Girl from Orange is the New Black, she had like no screen time at all. She like, what? She fed the dog or whatever? What the hell's that? Okay, cool. She fed the dog, the wolf, the epic wolf Dennis, and he was like, then he became her dog. So Jack Black kind of got cooked, but hey ho, you know, it can happen, I guess. You know, we've all been there, Jack. We've all been there. Our dog gets. The hell was that? Oh, it's a frog. Or a toad. God, they sound creepy. I don't want to be here at night. What are those? Are they plants? I don't know if they're a spore thing. They probably aren't. Okay, you move slowly in this. Where was I? The girl from Orange is the New Black. I don't know her name. I'm so sorry about that, but she had like a cool thing. She's like, you know, she shows up. I'm sorry your mum died. Oh, and also, my side hustle is I look after animals, and then she disappears. And it's like, oh, I wonder what your role in this film is gonna be. I wonder what's gonna happen with you. I wonder if you're gonna become an animal person. But then, what's weird is the sister doesn't have any arc. You know, she's like a boring, had to grow up too soon or whatever. I can't tell how old they expected her to be, because she's old enough to be his guardian, but she's also like, she looks like 12. I mean, you know, for all I know, she could be 24. I mean, you know, everyone seems to look younger these days. Like the epic meme where, you know, 30-year-olds in my day, 30-year-olds now, and it's a guy with 15 meters of beard and bags under his eyes and cigarette burns on his skull, next to like a zoomer with a lip filler, who looks like James Charles, which is cool. I actually didn't know about that guy for a very long time until the controversy about him, which I can't even remember, because, you know, information moves at such a rapid speed in this day and age that it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening. That's why I rely on Drama Alert, my favorite YouTube channel, to keep me abreast of what's happening in the world. You know, I don't really like the news. I feel like the mainstream media doesn't tell you the truth, but YouTube news and drama channels, they like to keep you abreast of what's happening. I don't know why I'm saying abreast so much. I don't really use that word much in my day-to-day life. I don't really want to explore this. I'm quite conscious of the fact that I'm not going to find a well, that's good. I'm not going to find a snowy place anytime soon, which is concerning, because I want to, you know, I want to start building. I want to start crafting. But I know from previous experience, playing this mod, this Spory mod, recently-ish, that if you're not in the snow biome, they just kind of fuck you up. They are relentless, and they're very, very powerful. Not in a unfair way, more in like a, you know, I'm slow. I'm slow physically and mentally, so I'm not exactly equipped to deal with 4 or 5 different monsters all coming at me at once, all from different angles, and with all different effects. Like they apply a wither, which I thought was a boss, but hey, you know, fool me once. But no, the wither and like all the different poison effects and everything, it's all like, it's good fun. It's good fun to fight them because they don't have the annoying thing with SRP parasites, which is the obscene hitboxes. The parasites in that mod are just stupid with how big their hitboxes are. It's really not ideal. Which is a shame because I feel like they look awesome. Like the designs of the parasites, they look great. The sound design is awesome, but the problem is like that mod just it doesn't really exist to be played. I feel you can't really play it in a world where I feel like in my heart of hearts you can play the Spawn mod on a real world such as this one, a real world within Minecraft. Look at that. As I say that, the music starts. But you can play it on a real world and not be like ham-fisted once they get to like level 2 or whatever and evolve into Charmeleon. I have a Charmeleon on Pokemon Sleep right now. I downloaded Pokemon Sleep to help me sleep, and now I just sit it next to me on my desk while I play Minecraft, and occasionally shake it to sort of simulate my my tossing and turning in bed, because I find the game really fun, but I don't really adhere to a normal sleep pattern. But you know, at least I'm trying, right? At least I'm putting the work in. But yeah, I have a Charmeleon, Skeledirge as well. Big fan of Skeledirge. It was about time they made a crocodile. Crocodiles, of course, being one of the most interesting and cool animals in the world, or reptiles, whatever they are. But you know, this music's weird. Changed my mind on it. It kind of sounds like a lullaby or something. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Skeledirge. I'm very happy they finally got a fire crocodile. It seemed like a long time coming. I like the little bird in his head as well. I didn't realize the longest time, but his little bird in his head is like a speaker or something. I'm not sure. It's what the hell's that? What are the frogs? Do they drop anything? Oi. Okay. This is like a lullaby, this song. Is this Winter Wonderland? Like Christmas song? Maybe. Alright, this terrain is not great. But we'll see. We'll see if we can't progress. We'll see. It does sound like Winter Wonderland. Alright, we're at 32 minutes. And I still haven't found anything of value. I've just yapped. But I have noticed that my voice has slowed down. I've noticed that I'm thinking more between my words, which is nice. It's nice to talk at a more reasonable pace. I'm very conscious of the fact, however, that I'm still flitting between subjects of conversation, like a bouncy ball, like a big green bouncy ball. And yeah, I've got my bed out. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep. I don't care. You know, I'm about to die day 1, hour 1, minute 1, minute 32, 47 seconds, give or take. I'd much rather be slain 500 hours in, when I'm really invested, when I'm having the time of my life, when I feel complete. Alright, it's getting actually dark now though. Look at that, it's a little fire in the distance. Well, right. This really does sound like that Winter Wonderland song now. Very nice song though. Definitely wasn't on the original Minecraft, I've got to say. Which, speaking of sounds from the original Minecraft, or rather things that weren't in the original Minecraft, the spoilers again. I know I'm terrible. The villain from the Minecraft movie, I like the Britain's Got Talent, or whatever it was. You know, Nether's Got Talent. My apologies. The Nether's Got Talent talent show. She dances to Pig Step. And that song is so good. There's a I don't want to butcher it, but I'm 90% sure there's a mix of it with the original composer Lena Raine, and that I think it's insane in the something music, I want to say, and it's like a big band remake of the song with the two of them, where he's doing like some crazy, all the manual instruments going. This is really good, by the way. I will remember what I'm saying. This is really good. Because it's easy to explore a big period. What does that mean? Big space quickly with a boat. So you can easily scan the horizon for water. But yes, the song they do together, it's on YouTube somewhere. I'll try and find it. I'll try and find it if you can send it to you. Just in case you want to listen. But no, it just... There's a bit, like 3 minutes in, where she sort of comes in with the synths. That's oh, god damn. It goes da 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 da, and it sounds like so good. Honestly, I remember I was listening to it walking back from the pub because I'm British, mate. I really don't get the British thing because I say British, and I'm not exactly a posher. I just I think the meme is horrendously overdone. If I'm honest, British man complains about the British meme. Who would have guessed? But yes, I was walking back from the pub listening to it on my old-ish can headphones. Look at that, terrible farming. My big can headphones on the side of my head. And I remember when that bit came in, I was so leery or delirious from the drink that I sort of leaned back and like started nodding my head like I was like doing some sort of rock thing to it, like da 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 da, and I was there like eyes closed, leaning back, slowly raising my right hand like Bugs Bunny in that one composer, whatever the hell it is, scene. It was very strange of me to do, in all honesty, and I do worry for any sort of people who saw that and thought, Christ, it's a bit early for this kind of level of insane. Which, to be fair, it was only like 10 or 11 p.m. I'm just a lightweight now. I used to be able to drink really, really well. I used to be a solid S plus, tier list S plus drinker. What I would do is I would go with my friends, and we created this thing we would call squadka, which is where you combine, you buy a bottle of vodka and you buy a little bit, well, not a little bit, obviously you can't. Let's try that again. You buy a bottle of vodka, you buy a bottle of lemonade, and you buy some double concentrate orange juice. And what you do is you kind of mix it, and it's like maybe 5% orange juice, double concentrate, maybe 10 to 15% lemonade, and the rest is vodka. Like the numbers were awful. They were absolutely awful. But it worked for some reason. If you got it just right, even with those numbers, what the hell is that? It kind of just you didn't really feel it. I don't know how else to describe it. You didn't really feel it, and as a result of that, it made it very easy for you to get very drunk very quickly. So I used to drink that, like a bottle of vodka, and that was pre-drinks. Pre-drinks before we went out. It's like a drum and bass night, whatever. So that was what I'd eat before I went out, and then I would obviously drink while I'm out, and then potentially come back and drink more, but that was less likely. But I used to be able to drink that and not be too drunk until we got there, and then I'd have like a drink of anything, and I'd be out. Well, not out, but like I'd be drunk. Which, I mean, to be fair, not too bad. Not too bad. I can take that. I can take that. It's not too bad not too bad a score, really. But yeah, I used to be able to drink like that. I used to be very, very durable with the drinking. But over 2020, I basically just stopped drinking because it wasn't really as fun to drink at home. I know some people like drinking at home. It's kind of starting to grow on me again, but I kind of like being outside, being out with other people when I'm drinking. I don't mind drinking inside with like a couple people, but for me, I think it's the atmosphere when you're outside, especially when you get the sun on you, or like you're in a pub and there's loads of people and everyone's kind of drunk and rowdy. It's just a very nice atmosphere. It's very warm and welcoming. It scratches the itch, the inherent British itch. Whoa, that's one of the nasties. All right, I'll leave you to what you're up to, mate. I'm not gonna involve with you, mate. Not at this time, not at this intersection. But yeah, I don't really drink that much anymore. I'm a low-level drinker. I think I can get drunk from like 2 ciders now, which me back then would absolutely terrorize me now. If I told him that, he would absolutely bully me. But he's not as strong as me, so I'd beat him physically and mentally, because I'm probably smarter than myself from 5 years ago. Probably. I mean, that's the subject contention. Alright, I've got 20 minutes left to try and find this sodding... Look at that big pyramid. I'm sure it looks fun and cool, so I will, you know, I'll mark it. I'll take the coordinates of it and then use the coordinates to direct myself to it. Ooh. This is a really cool location, I can't lie. But I am staunch. I will not compromise. Whether that... What was that meme? The one that's like, you shall have my coat. The mighty eyes of the Lord, I shall hold my post. Something like that. I like that meme. It went away a bit too quickly. I feels like the meme life cycle is rapidly decreasing. Most memes, you know, they from womb to waist. It's terrible, really. They don't even have the time to procreate or anything. You know, and occasionally people bring it back. Hey, remember this meme? But long gone. Long gone. Most memes. You got anything, bro? Look at that fisherman. I think this one is the brewing table, whatever it's called. I don't know. Well, I can't complain about more bread, right? I'll take that. But yes, I can't drink anymore, which is fine with me. Cope and seethe. I know. I'm coping. Did I lose my boat? Did I lose my boat? When I jumped into him, he bounced off me, not the other way around. That guy was called Chris. That's quite strange. That must be from a mod. It kind of looks kind of janky. Ooh. That camel is very strange. It's kind of creepy. I don't really know what to make of that. But yes. I'm not really sure I was going with anything at this point. I'm sure I was saying something of value, of immense value, but I'm afraid I can't recall it. So we'll just continue looking for a snowy or cold biome at the minimum. Is that gold? What does that say? Ancient Pharaoh. Alright, cool. Thanks for the gold, buddy. Also, isn't it kind of redundant to call someone an ancient pharaoh? Because if you're a pharaoh, you're going to be kind of old, right? Oh. Let's get a look at this guy. Ooh, that sounds nice. Whoa, mate, you got a little base in there, haven't you? See, I can't trap you. Can you break blocks? Ooh, oh, he's got an undying totem, I think it's called. Shit. Right. I'm gonna bait him over here. I'm gonna cheese this guy. No interest in fighting this guy at all. Alright, you come over here. Look at that. Your boss is useless. It's almost like most bosses in Minecraft just are kind of redundant. I mean, you can even kill him, but it seems like a waste of my time. June armor. That's kind of neat, I guess. I do need amethyst, though. Well. Looting through it. Sure, that'll come in handy, I think. Why did it sound like that? That was creepy. 2 more golden apples. I kind of want to kill this guy. Can I? Do I have anything that can speed up the process? Why do things sound so weird? I like how this looks like the cage. I don't want to go through the process of beating you slowly, but I guess I can. My ancient friend. There's got to be a way I can speed this up. You know what I'll do? I will place down a waystone. Because I'm not wanting to be boring. Ancient Pharaoh. And if I spell it wrong, I'm very sorry. My sincerest apologies for that. I'll just put this. See what I mean about being dark? It's way better. And then look. Ooh, you can kind of see things. It makes things so much more engaging when things are so dark. It means you can't just kind of haphazardly run into caves and just be like, oh, I'll be fine. I can see, you know, 50 meters ahead of me. Actually, did I have a tome of them dying? Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill this guy. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to kill you. I'm gonna have to take your life. Now, what I might do instead is I might set up a waypoint with some of the loot I've got currently, just so I can clear my inventory and have a sort of reset, because to be honest, it's getting kind of stacked. And if I'm going to be traveling for a while, I don't really want to be carrying every little individual piece of gear with me. I need to be a bit more observant of what I have left in my inventory. So I will do that. I will make a crafting table. Crafting table. Well. That's fine. Can you eat this? Sea pickle. Huh. Kind of reminds me of that guy from Rick and Morty. How much wood do I need? Is this different wood? Please tell me it's not different wood. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's just... Oh, come on, dude. Alright, piss off then. I'll take this chest. I'll grab a potato chip and eat. Okay. Oh, there's a chest here. Now, an interesting issue with this mod is... This mod being the lighting mod. Is that the... Don't really need this shit. Is that the fucking... This thing doesn't generate light when you hold it, which is really annoying, because I'm pretty sure lanterns are in the lore of real life. In the lore books of real life, it's commonly said that people use lanterns to see. I know. Crazy work. But yes, I'm pretty sure people did use lanterns to see things. And like, it's just kind of weird that you can't use them in this. It's probably just an oversight, but you know. I'm kicking off. I'm sorry. I know that the mod was made for free by a dev team of one person, but well, I've got to do it. I feel morally obliged to kick off. I feel morally obliged to create issues. I'm sure you can tell my speed has slowed down significantly. My words are slowing down. See, this is kind of the cadence I'd rather have, because I've obviously still, my words are still fast, but it's more manageable. I feel like I'm more in control of what I'm saying. I'm not saying things I'm not really meant to say, if that makes sense, or thinking. I'm thinking before I speak, which for the average person I think is not really a skill they have to learn. It's more of a skill they sort of inherently have. Well, actually, I suppose you could contest that. A lot of people don't think when they speak, which is fine, you know. Don't let me be the beholder for if people speak or not. See, tripping over my words again. I'm just being cold and ruthless. I do not need to throw those things away. Let's kill this skeleton fellow. This skeleton fellow. So like a diamond sword. So like a steel axe. Notice I've not said epic in a while. I think maybe that vocal sim died out. What shame. What a shame. What a shame. I'll keep them because I can make another crafting table. I'll place a waystone here, saving the effort of getting back to it. Loot. This is kind of a waste of one, because the problem is I can't come back to it. I.e., let's say I set up a waystone 1,000 blocks that direction. I couldn't come back here, take the waystone, come back, because I would be struggling to find where I was. You know, waystones are kind of like, once you place them down a location where you want to keep them, they're somewhat single use. Take this guy will take forever. I'd rather miss the ancient pharaoh, which rolls over and dies, to be honest. He has got covered in diamond. Oh no. Can I hear it? What? Sounds like someone's beating off. The fuck? Okay. Be nice to be able to mine this. Shows something I'm doing wrong. These are all very nice plants. Well, that's that done. Let's take back my other waystone. Can I hear some music? What is this? What the hell is this music? I feel like I'm in trouble. I'm gonna leave. I mean, it sounds hopeful, but not in a way. It sounds hopeful, but for the wrong people. Oh, wait, you me? Oh, he was making that weird noise. Ah, well, that makes things less worrying. Right. Let's be clinical with this inventory. But yes. 51 minutes in, not even a hint of snow has been found. I'm sure this has been riveting for everyone who came here hoping to see me find snow. You know, I'm sure it's a real tearjerker. Tearjerker. I really like the desert. I gotta say, I really like the desert in Minecraft. Speaking of, I think one of the mods I got was for like desert. I think it was called the Desert Enhanced or something. Adds a ton of new and interesting things to the desert, and most of which I'm completely unaware of. Which, you know, is a good thing, really. I kind of like the fact that coming back to Minecraft, I can be surprised. It's a really nice experience in this game, because in other games when I get surprised, it's kind of like, depending on the game, it can kind of put me off. I'm at the level of brain rot where if everything isn't immediately clear to me, I get kind of like, can't be arsed, you know? Whereas in this game, for whatever reason, it's like, oh, well, that's interesting. That's new. I wonder what that is, you know? Like, oh, look. A village with a nice cat. There's a really nice cat I see almost every day. I go for a walk, and there's this big orange cat that I see on the walk, and he's really friendly. Almost surprisingly friendly, really, for a cat. You know, I have a cat, and my cat is not that friendly, which is fine. You know, they're their own beast, their own creature. But yeah, he's really friendly, and I'm always happy when I see him. It's always like a good mental reset. You know, go for a walk in the middle of the day. If you're a work from home freak like myself, right, and you can really get some good benefit from just taking that 30 minutes or an hour just to walk outside. Especially if you see a big orange cat, I would highly advise you go over to it and give it a stroke and see if it doesn't, you know, fill you with glee. I'm tripping over my words here because I'm looking around and seeing lots of interesting things. That looks horrible. That's definitely some nastiness from the Spore mod. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit more optimistic that I'd find somewhere snowy by now. I know if I go there I'm gonna die. I think I can see things moving around. Yeah, no. No thanks, buddy. No thanks, I'm full. Plus, I just killed the epic pharaoh. The epic pharaoh? The ancient pharaoh. No, if I was slain here, that wouldn't really look good for me, would it? Let's have a quick, you know, little peek, little snoop. I can't. Is that him? Where did that noise come from? Huh? Okay. Hello? Ooh. Is there a villager with me? Why can't I hear a villager? Is that my curse? Curse of binding? Was a little villager following me? Or inside me? That's all. That was creepy, man. I don't like that. I didn't get that. Is there a villager following me? Am I being stalked by a freaking villager? Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. In game, but in 4 minutes I'm gonna go to sleep in real life too. Bit of a letdown. Not really finding anywhere to set my feet. But at least I did some exploring. At least I did some talking. At least I gave a Look how quickly it gets dark. Jesus. I think it was winter in the United Kingdom. That's a Family Guy joke. But yeah, yeah, that was very strange in that villager. I did not like that at all. I was not a fan. Not a fan, didn't like, blocked, reported, don't talk to me ever again kind of deal. But yeah, we'll travel across the ocean. We'll have a look, see if we can't find any snow, any foundations for which to set my epic base. I'm just hoping, normally when I sail across the oceans, you start seeing like the glaciers, the ice glacier things, and that's normally a good indicator that you're near a snowy biome. And normally I've been quite lucky with them. I don't know if I've just been weirdly unlucky recently, but well, that's interesting. Floating pirate ship, green. So maybe it's like a ghost or something. Not sure. Very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah, I don't want to make it that. I'll have to explore that, something like that as well at some point, but for now, I'm gonna be nice and simple and just try and find some snow. Or at the very least, a snowy or cold biome. And then from there, my sort of goals, because I figure I should at least close this out with some sort of structure. My goals are sort of, I want to build some kind of like, you know, yeah, the classic sort of like castle, I think. In the castle, a base, some of that old Minecraft charm. I remember on one of my first worlds, I spawned near a snowy biome. I remember building a cobblestone castle on the ice, and it snowed in it, and I thought it was really cool because the castle outside was covered in snow. I know it was basically just a big cobblestone square, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I doubt I'll be able to recreate that immense joy and childlike wonder, but I can definitely, you know, experience, you know, a similar. that was horribly pessimistic. I can still experience some kind of joy, right? It'll be fun to the very least, sort of continue to explore, continue to sort of develop and grow. That just sounds like jargon, doesn't it? It just sounds like words. I'm just traveling along, and I still haven't found a thing. What a disastrous start. But you know, I didn't really have any intention of doing any kind of formatting for this or sort of planning this out ahead of time. I understand that's something you can do, but the more that I plan and think about something, the more I put it off. So I kind of just had to just say to myself, right, if I'm ever going to be able to talk normally, or at least talk with a cadence and a tone, inflection that better suits me, then I'm going to need to just sort of do it, right? Just do it, as Shia LaBeouf said. Now that's a castle, that's a tower. That does have pretty good stuff in it. The only problem is I know there's a skeleton spawner in there somewhere, and I don't think I'll be able to deal with them. God, I'm being so cautious. I'm so scared. The second I get a base, I can actually play the game. Ooh. Well, that's like a pretty cool place to settle down for starters. I might give an extra minute. I might give an extra 40 seconds to explore this area because this is quite cool. I've got to say, I like the it's like an upturned ship. For some reason, it makes you think of oh shit. Okay. We'll we'll deal with that another time. All right. Well, on that note, if anyone's listening, I'm thoroughly appreciate listening to my rambling for an hour. I hope it was insightful. I hope you found it. Hope you found it fulfilling. Hope you found that you realize that. What the fuck am I? Yeah, all right, that's it. There's no point even continuing. I was trying to come up with some sort of fake, deep, wishy-washy nonsense, and as a result, I'm now drawing this out and continuing to talk. This is why I'm really bad at hanging up as well. I feel like I'm on a call. I feel like I'm talking to someone. What was I saying? Right, that's it. I'm out.